is going on, everybody? What's going on? How's it hanging? How's it happening? You know who it is. This is Kevin from the Chord Progression Podcast, brought to you by My Song Day Rock 2000. And today, happy to have you here with us for episode number 39. Now, quick little tidbit about episode number 39. This is going to be a little bit of a shorter one, mostly because I'm shooting this one late on Monday night. Got to get out on Tuesday because this is my second episode I'm recording today. Mostly because I've got a huge, and I mean big project that I'm working on that's going to be ready for you guys Wednesday when it comes to the podcast, when it comes to the YouTube channel, everything. Wednesday is going to be a huge day, so Wednesday the 6th is going to be a huge day, so this one's going to be quickly and shortly. I said quickly and shortly, like bigly. Oh my God. But before we get going, that is a smoke alarm, ladies and gentlemen. My roommate and best friend is cooking and probably had their oven always, causes the smoke alarm to go off. But, oh well, fun stuff for you. But before I get going, I got to go to my shameless plugs. Most because I got to shamelessly plug something, So, if I had ads, that's where I'd put them, and we're working on that. Thank you to Andrew Schuler for getting us connected with some of these places and people, but because of the project that we're working on right now, I won't be able to get to them to really put together some proposals till next weekend, but I want to thank you for your help on that. Big time thanks to Mr. Andrew Schuler on that. However, I'm just going to promote our stuff as well, so follow us on our social media pages. Facebook, you can find out everything you need to find out about there. Instagram, because you're going to find out everything you need to know about the Song of the Day choices, and also our IGTV behind the scenes videos, our Instagram live streams every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Central. We also have TikTok as well, where we just post some fun videos, and Twitter as well. So link description below, follow all those. Follow our YouTube channel as well, or subscribe to our YouTube channel, I should say, My Song Day Rock 2000 Day, where we do our full-fledged album reviews, band reviews, and the special thing that's coming out tomorrow. So be sure to, keep a hold of that. But I'm posting it everywhere, so you guys are going to find it, no doubt. Also, here for the Chord Progression Podcast, we've got us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and YouTube as well. And follow and enable our Song of the Day choice, Amazon Alexa skill, on our Alexa skill set. So, yeah, add that to it. Links for all this stuff in the description for the podcast, and let's get into the show because, again, like I said, it's going to be a little bit of a shorter one. I really have two things to talk about, and I'm going to start, actually three things to talk about, but I'm going to start out with the one that happened right before I got home to start shooting these episodes, and that was something where at the end of November, I was set to go to Madison, Wisconsin to see another show. I've supposed to see 3 shows already in Madison this year. Only one came to fruition. The one that came to fruition was Atreyu and Motionless in White in April. I was supposed to go see New Year's Day in July, but they canceled due to the fact that they were going to go on tour with Godsmack instead. Then I was going to see Fever 333 in October, but due to vocal issues with the lead singer and him having to rest on doctor's orders, I should say, he ended up having to cancel like a month's worth of shows, and of course the one in Wisconsin was the last one that was canceled, so I was a little miffed by that. I would say upset. I was upset because I didn't get to go see them, but again, I totally understood. This time I was set to go see Crown the Empire and Falling in Reverse on the episode 4 tour. And as I got in my car after the gym today, I opened up my phone and I saw a notification from events from the Sylvie in Madison. And it said, your event, episode 4 tour, Falling in Reverse. And that's all I saw from the notification. Every time I see that, I'm like, oh God, it's going to get canceled again, isn't it? And I looked and the post said Falling in Reverse will be canceling their episode 4 tour, including their 11:30 show in Madison. Refunds are available. And before I said anything, before I was going to be, mad, upset, go, oh my God, this keeps happening to me. Of course I was going to be a little bit upset because this is the third time this year I've had a concert canceled on me, and it was all in Madison, Wisconsin. But I'm like, before I really get into that, let me take a look and see what the main purpose behind this was. And this is what we found out. So Ronnie Radke posted this, and I'm going to read it to you guys in full. And here it is. I can't believe I'm even typing this. Derek's fiance, Stina's cancer has hospitalized her recently due to fluid in her lungs. While in the hospital, matters have gotten worse, and she's been moved to the ICU. Unfortunately, we'll have to cancel the episode 4 tour. However, Derek and I discussed it and agreed that we are going to try and play Australia. It doesn't seem right in my heart to tour knowing of her condition, as Derek has to be with her and help her fight through this. I'm sorry to the fans, Crown the Empire, and Tom McDonald. I'll make this up to you somehow, Ronnie. A GoFundMe for Christina can be found at I'm actually include the GoFundMe in the link for this episode as well, just because I want you guys to take a look at that. Refunds for tickets and VIP upgrades available at point of purchase. I purchased mine online, so it's going to happen to me anyway. Now, am I upset about this? Well, a little bit, because this is the third time this happened. It's nothing against Falling in Reverse or anything. It's just the fact that the circumstances that I'm upset with, because every time I try and go out to Madison, Wisconsin for a concert, I'm 1 for 4 this year. I'm 1 for 4. Which kind of stinks. However, there is no way in hell that I can be mad at the decision that Ronnie and Derek and the rest of Falling in Reverse made on this one, because if you look at the Instagram post they made for this, you can actually see Christina in it, and I mean, I think they put it out there to really show the severity of this cancer, and it is not good. And by not good, I mean it is really, really not good. It is cancer sucks, guys, and taking a look at it, it's something that really, really is gonna take a lot for Christina to hopefully, and I'm saying hopefully because we need to see this happen, for her to get through this. Derek's got to be there to support her. The rest of Falling Verse has to be there to support Derek through this, and as Christina as well. And as the fans of music, fans of the bands, and want to go to this tour, we have to understand that this was a move that necessarily, yes, it did need to be made. And I'm glad they made the move on it, because, man, if you had a spouse that was, or a significant other that was going through something like that, and you had plans to go do something, and something like that happened, say, all of a sudden because they could have made 3 choices. They could have gone on the road and played this tour. It was only like a month and a half long with Derek. They could have gone without Derek. They couldn't have gone at all. Had they gone with Derek, that probably would have been the worst, because then Derek's wife's all alone and that they're worried about it. They could have left Derek behind, but then it's not right because they're playing without their bandmate. So I think it was a correct move by them to post this. Let us know all about it. And I really do hope that, for everybody's sake, especially for Christina's sake, that she beats this cancer and turns this whole entire, it's not looking good right now. Hopefully it looks fantastic at the end of it. She's got to beat this, guys. She has to. Speaking of concerts as well, going to the next thing, I did get to see a show that I was really hoping to see with Light the Torch, Fit for a King, and Ice Nine Kills. I'm wearing my Ice Nine Kills t-shirt right now. I got the concert. So, what happened at the show? I missed the opener, and I'm not too happy that I missed that opener. Reason being because was talking to some people, and they said the opener was good. They had generally positive reviews for the opener, and you'll find out tomorrow why I missed them. So you're going to find out that tomorrow if you listen to the podcast or if you watch the YouTube, because I'm going to put a whole video out for that one. Trust me. So then I got to see Light the Torch. Now, I've always wanted to see Light the Torch, especially once I started this, because it's Howard Jones. I gotta go see Howard Jones. Even when I posted the videos on Instagram, one of our Instagram followers, @TheRealSatan, said that I kind of look like Howard Jones. I'm like, no, I don't. Howard Jones has a lot darker skin than I do and a lot less hair. Well, because I've got hair in my head, he doesn't. But then people are kind of comments like, well, if you kind of put in both you guys kind of like a little bit of a blurry state, you guys have the same exact kind of body build and head style. So I'm like, okay, I'll take that. I mean, it's never a bad thing to be compared to Howard Jones. Hopefully my voice could be like Howard Jones, though. But I'll take the looks and the blurriness as well. Their set, I thought, was good. It wasn't as hard as something like Fit for a King or Ice Nine Kills was going to go with. However, it was very good for what they're going to do. And they were talking to us how they were getting ready to release an album for 2020. So watch out for a new Light the Torch album in 2020. For the mosh pit for that one, never really got too crazy, except there's one kid. I always see him in the mosh pits at the rave in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And he was in the mosh pit for that one, and all of a sudden, after Light the Torch on, he was out. I couldn't find him. So, didn't know where he went. And unfortunately for this show, though, we were in the rave in Milwaukee, we have 3 levels. We have the top level, which is the ballroom, which is the biggest. Then you've got the club, then you got the rave 2. So the club is where I've seen a good amount of shows recently when it's come to Pennywise and Anti-Flag. I saw them at the in the club. I saw Guar in the club, and I saw After the Burial Moses White in the club. last band I saw in the ballroom this year, I believe, actually was Evanescence, which is really weird because that was about 4 months ago. Wow. Well, hopefully, Devil Wears Prada's up there. We'll see what happens, though. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so they had another band that was at the club. So Ice Nine Kills and Light the Torch and Fit for King were in the basement. And I was like, okay. And they sold out. That was the only show that sold out for the 3 because they had like some band in the I can't remember who was in the club, but they had pop artist Melanie Martinez in the ballroom. So the way like around the concert venue was just ridiculous with all the people that were there. Of course, I got there. I got to walk right in because I was going to see Ice Nine Kills. Going to Fit for a King. This is a band that I kind of started listening to right before I jumped into them, and they went freaking hard. They were kind of had that After the Burial style, which, of course, I'm like, why did I sleep on After the Burial for so long? And now, I kind of felt the same way for Fit for a King. They had a great set. The pit was a rather good size for that one, especially for the kind of venue that it was for. And I don't really have much to say outside for Fit for a King, except go listen to them. But I really want to talk about Ice Nine Kills because I had never really gotten into Ice Nine Kills that much. I'm going to make a whole video about this coming up in, let me see when I have that video planned now. Let me just quickly open it up. No, I do not want my song list and report helper. Oh, I got to send in those reports too. Whoopsies. Oh, well, I got time for that. So the video that's going to come out on 12/4. 2019 for our YouTube. I'm gonna do a retrospective kind of thing on Ice Nine Kills' album that came out in 2018, The Silver Scream, because I don't want to go much more into why I want to do it or what's gonna entail it, but let's just put it this way. I don't know why I didn't talk about it in 2018. I don't know why I didn't listen to it. That thing is freaking amazing. So Ice Nine Kills, they're going to start out, and the first thing they do is, while they're setting up their set, they tie one red balloon to one of the mic stands, and it has the IX on there for the Roman numeral for number 9, and you can totally tell it's definitely a reference to It, or Stephen King's It. The one thing I was incredibly happy was taking a look at their set list right now, and someone told me this right before they were going to play, it was going to be a 19-song set list. 19 songs! I mean, how insane is that? And take a look at the songs they played, too. They played a great number of songs. They open up with Thank God It's Friday, of course, a song that's referencing Friday the 13th, and Spencer comes out dressed as Jason. I mean, I thought this was something that you're definitely in for. I absolutely loved it. Then they come out, then all of a sudden he leaves, they start playing The Jig Is Up, of course, based off the Saw franchise. And he's now kind of more in that. He's got the Freddy Krueger sweater on, and he's going nuts. The pit is going off at this point, and I kind of only spent half the time in the pit just because my arms were just dying. I didn't get cut this time, and now I finally saw the guy that I saw beforehand, and he had this huge cut above his right eye, or his left eye, and I started laughing. And the dude looked at me, he's like, wait, why are you laughing? I'm like, because it's your turn this time. That happened to me 2 weeks ago. He's like, oh, yeah, that happened to you 2 weeks ago at Motionless. I'm like, yeah! So we were having a fun time with that, and I was just kind of laughing. He never jumped back into the pit, but he was on the edge and pushing people, and kind of like what I was doing when I had the cut. But they're coming with Ice Nine Kills. They put on one hell of a show, especially with the whole entire horror film theme. And they played so many songs off of The Silver Scream, which I was very, very pleased with the fact that they did that, especially with the fact that the show was 2 days after Halloween. I mean, they played The American Nightmare. They played Thank God It's Friday. They played Savvy in the Dark. They played Savages. They played The Jig Is Up. They played A Grave Mistake. They did play Rocking the Boat, so I'm at 7 right now. I've gone through just 7 songs. They did not play Enjoy Your Sleigh. They did not play Freak Flag. The World in My Hands they did play, so we're at 8. Merry Xmas they played, so we're at 9. They did play Love Bites, so we're at 10. And they played Disney. They played 11 out of the 13 songs on the standard version of The Silver Scream. But then you go to the extended version, they played a cover of Thriller, and they played Your Numbers Up. So when it came time to play Your Numbers Up, that came up right after A Grave Mistake. Spencer came out dressed as Ghost. And I thought that was freaking awesome. And sang as Ghost. They played their Merry Xmas, which is absolutely insane. People were going nuts. Everyone was screaming the words. Spencer was crowd surfing. He was having a great time. And I was just loving every step of the way from it. When they went into Stabbing in the Dark, that's my favorite song by Ice Nine Kills. He did come out as Mike Myers, and oh my god, the pit for that was incredible. Just I mean, it wasn't the biggest. It was nowhere near the biggest pit I've ever been in or have seen. But just the hits were so good. I mean, I kept getting hit left and right, and I was loving it. It was fantastic. They actually, so going through it, they ended with the American Nightmare, where Spencer came out all as Freddy Krueger, of course, for that one, and it made sense. It's Freddy Krueger, sung by Freddy Krueger. And they ended it perfectly. And then they go off, and everyone's like chanting, one more song, one more song, one more. I mean, we all want one more song. We're waiting for it. We've already done the fuck the shark thing, and we're chanting fuck the shark all the time as well. During this encore part, though, where we're waiting, someone lost their wallet, someone lost their shoe, someone lost their phone, and the first person that we found with lost their shoe off, somebody started chanting, shoe, 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 shoe. And all of a sudden, someone's holding up a shoe. We're like, shoe! We found the guy's shoe. We were laughing hysterically. They were trying to find his phone. People were trying to find his wallet. I think the wallet got returned. We never found this guy's phone. This guy was wearing overalls that were cut off at like above the knee, like pretty high. It kind of looked like lederhosen, if you ask me. But it was just hilarious because these guys were just having a great time. So we were trying to find all this stuff. I did lose my shoe at one point, I believe. Yeah, I did lose my shoe again, but I quickly got it back. I lost my hat. I can't remember what I lost though. So comes to the end of the show. We're all waiting for something to happen. It's like 10 minutes. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? At least they haven't turned on the lights yet, so I know something's about to happen. Then some guy comes out in either guy, I forgot who it was, might have been the guitarist, or he was playing the whole entire show in an orange or yellow raincoat, kind of like Georgie from Stephen King's It. And all of a sudden, he's got a freaking like Mickey Mouse head. I'm like, what the hell's going on? At least something's going on. And then they play It Is the End, all based upon Stephen King's It with Pennywise the Clown. Spencer came out in the full-on makeup as Pennywise the Clown, and it was well worth the wait. I was listening, it went hard, and then all of a sudden you had the little clown horns that go in the middle of the song. I'm like, what the heck is that? Because I had never listened to the full song before. And I was just loving every step of the way of it. This album is, I wanted to test this album out, for my personal sake, for how hard it goes. So I listened to it while I was running on Monday the 4th. So I was running for about just over 40 minutes. I almost ran 6 miles. And I put on the whole entire album. I want to see if it held up going through it. And, oh yeah, it definitely held up. It was absolutely insane. I love the album, so that's why I'm doing a whole entire retrospective on it. But overall, I'll put it this way. On this tour that Ice Nine Kills is on right now, if you have a chance to go see them, I am imploring you to buy a ticket to this show. They put on one hell of a show. It's one hell of a time. Great concept behind the whole entire album. Great concept behind the whole entire set with the horror theme stuff. Apparently for the VIP stuff, you get to play band trivia with them. And the band, there's 5 members. They split them up into 4 different teams. And one of the band members, not Spencer, but one of the other band members, I think might have been the bassist, was dressed up as Alex Trebek and was hosting the whole entire thing. So I thought that was pretty freaking cool. I didn't get to go to do VIP stuff, but I knew a lot of people from the show that I saw them with it, and they were talking about it. So of course, if you're talking about it, I'm going to ask you about it too. Why the hell wouldn't I? And loved it every step of the way. Thought it was fun. If you get a chance to go see Ice Nine Kills on this tour, my God, please do. This Silver Scream is their best album to date. I hope they top it at some point, but if they never do, my God, is this one hell of an album to put up as your best one ever. I mean, I bought my shirt for Your Numbers Up because I'm like, I need a shirt. Like, these shirts are awesome. So I ended up buying a shirt that's Ice Nine Kills, and the bottom it says Your Numbers Up, and it's got the ghost on it from Scream, and it's got like a pipe. He's holding a pipe wrench and a knife, and it's got blood all over it. I wore it to work today, and everyone loved it. I'm like, I'm still in spooky season. Mostly because I don't want to get the holly jollies yet. I still waiting for Thanksgiving, guys. Yeah, so that was my have fun time at Ice Nine Kills. Does this tour pop up in my top 5? Because I think I said my top 5 last time was the Motionless in White show at the rave when I got cut, when I had the eye cut. Rise Against at Riot Fest. Skillet Under Oath, Breaking Benjamin when I lost my shoes. When we tipped the benches at August Burns Red, and the Disturbed show. I think if anyone gets knocked out of there, it's either going to be Skillet, Under Oath, and Breaking Benjamin, or it's going to be August Burns Red. I think it might be August Burns Red, even though we tipped the benches and that was insane. it was tough when those benches were down. So I think this one might overtake it. We'll see what happens, though. I was hoping to be 3 shows to go. I've still got 2 left for sure. I still get The Devil Wears Prada, and I still get Anti-Flag in Chicago at the end of the year. So we'll see if anyone overtakes that spot. But now, let's go to the big news. That's the reunion news. So we've had 2 big announcements for reunions with... I'm going to start out with the one that's probably not necessarily, as big as the other one, because the other one when it came out, I was like, oh my God! We all wanted it, but we weren't expecting it. But the second one we were all expecting, and that's Rage Against the Machine. We've been expecting a Rage Against the Machine reunion. They're going to be doing a reunion in 2020 with a couple of shows in border towns across the southwestern part of the United States. I hope they do like a more full-fledged tour. And have Fever 333 open for them, so Fever 333 can get the notoriety from all those Rage Against the Machine fans, and I think they just absolutely freaking deserve it. I mean, it's the Fever 333, or I should say Fever 333. I think they're awesome, so I think they should definitely get that as an opening act. But Prophets of Rage, Tom Morello's other project, they have disbanded due to the news, and it happens. I wasn't a big Prophets of Rage kind of person. I didn't really care for it. I'm interested to see what Rage Against the Machine does, and 2020 being the perfect time to come out back with it, especially with a presidential election coming up that year. It's just really going to up the animosity of that crowd and the angst, and it's really going to create for some good crowd. So good on Rage Against the Machine for planning this out and plotting this so that they are coming out and coming back at 2020. But I think it's easily overshadowed by the return of MCR. My Chemical Romance, Gerard Way, they're coming back. They're doing one show this year in LA, December 20th, 2019. Sold out within like seconds. And the world's going emo again, guys. I absolutely love the fact that MCR is coming back because I think this is one hell of a move by MCR because especially you're going to get a lot of kids that used to listen to MCR but now are listening more of that pop and hip hop stuff. They're going to jump right... I have a feeling they're going to kind of jump right back into it because with MCR back, they're going to hear the songs and they're going to hear Welcome to the Black Parade. And they're going to hear, Helena, So Long Goodnight. They're going to hear The Ghost of You. They're going to hear Famous Last Words. And they're just going to get back into it. I'm still going to play Welcome Black Parade as my end of the year song all the time. That is never changing because that's a great song to end the year on. No doubt in my mind about it. But I think it's just a fantastic move. It's going to get more people back into rock music, and it's MCR. We're going emo again, guys. This is going to be fantastic. I hope that in 2020, MCR does like a United States-wide tour because if they come anywhere, Milwaukee, Chicago, Madison, well, if they're coming anywhere that I'm going to be able to see them, it's Chicago or Minneapolis. I definitely go back to Minneapolis for that one just because I can see them with a couple of friends and the fact that I really want to go see them. So, MCR, please do a nationwide tour in 2020 and let's just enjoy the Black Parade once again. All right, guys, I told you it's going to be a shorter one, so I am out for the day because, well, I want to make sure this one gets out to you guys full, knowing, and well, and, I got other things to do, like prepare for the big Wednesday release. It will be a podcast, so I'll take the audio and put it there because it is supposed to be a podcast, but we're going to have a special YouTube video for it, so you guys are going to really enjoy that whole entire aspect of it, and... yeah, so let's just have a good time and let's enjoy it. So be sure to look at that for Wednesday, August 6th. Or no, not August 6th. I'm talking about November 6th. So please look out for that. And thanks, guys. You guys know how we end this. See ya!